airline plane crash when I was
Right.
27 years old on February 17th, 1981. You weren't
Hmm.
born yet. You weren't even here yet.
Right. Right.
Um, I was on company business as an environmental health specialist working for an insurance company. As you said in the introduction, thank you. I have a bachelor's in health education and a master's in public health epidemiology, the big word since the pandemic.
Right.
And then I went into industrial and occupational health and environmental health because I love the environment, but it's all
Right.
how the elements affect our health. So I was with my partner in Northern California, and I had a premonition for the first time in my life that
Hmm.
something was wrong. I looked at the plane sitting in the wherever they're parked. And I said, doesn't it look like it can crack there? And he
Right.
looked, he said, no, but the plane cracked in half on the 17th aisle when we crash landed. The landing gear was stripped, an engine fell off, and the plane cracked in half. And as I slid down the ramp, I had
Hmm.
an out of body experience. Now, this is before Google. There was no internet until 1996, and
Right.
this
Right.
is 81, 15 years earlier.
You are able
So
to survive that plane crash.
we all did. It was called the Miracle Flight, said there were 109 of us. We came in for a landing while another plane was taking off.
Hmm.
And statistically, it was 2 billion to 1 that we didn't collide. But
Linda,
it
somewhere I
changed
feel
me.
it's God decisions.
It's all God. That
Yeah.
opened me up spiritually and psychically. It took 6 years to start feeling better, but it took 4 months. I was out
Hmm.
of my body 50 feet on the left, and I became what's called a walk in whatever. It's very psychic, very spiritual, and I became very spiritual, not religion. And
Right.
that's what people get confused. Oh, I'm a Jew, I'm Jewish. Oh, I'm Hindu, or I'm Catholic, I'm Christian, I'm
Okay.
what, Buddhist. No, it has nothing to do with anything. It's God, it's butterflies, it's stars, it's spirit. It's like, how did you find me? It's divine intervention. It's what makes all of this work. It has nothing to do with religion,
Linda, what
man-made.
does spirituality mean to you in general?
That there's a God source, a higher power, that there are no accidents, that everything
Right.
is timed and created by something bigger than we humans. We can't control it. Everybody's going to be your friend, not everybody's
Right.
going to be compatible, but you find your village, you find your group. When it happened to me, I lost a lot of friends, lost a lot of the
Hmm.
past because they thought I was weird, odd, you're a psychic, you're a spiritual. They didn't want it or they're afraid of it. I don't know. But it's been painful. It's not always easy for anybody.
Surviving in a commercial airline crash transform your perspective. How
Ugh.
did it reshape your goals in life?
Uh, First, the shock and the trauma took about 6 years to really overcome. I still get PTSD, the post-traumatic
Hmm.
stress disorder. I fly a lot, I travel a lot, but I still get nervous. That's something that's inside me now that does not go away. When I was due to be on a plane
Hmm.
that Thursday, I was supposed to travel for another assignment. And I remember my father saying, get out of that hospital bed, go back to work. And there was no way. I knew something changed, but I couldn't explain it. I knew something had rattled inside me. I couldn't define it. So rather than being strong and getting back out there, I just let it happen. And I started listening. I became psychic that day.
Hmm.
Something took over me that day, and I was scared. Therapists didn't understand. Friends didn't understand. My family didn't. I didn't. Nobody understood. There was no one to talk to back then.
But Linda, why you feel nobody didn't understand?
Because we didn't talk about psychic and spiritual things back
Right,
then.
right,
See,
right,
what's happened in the last 40 years or 30 years, well, 40, because it was the 80s, it was still very taboo and very hush hush or weird or odd. In India, it might be different because you have a different spiritual platform than we
right,
do here in the States, okay?
right,
So we're very materialistic. Yes, we have our different religions and spiritual beliefs and temples and churches and groups, but Nobody would talk about, oh, I'm a psychic. You don't talk about that. No, I'm an
No, nobody does.
epidemiologist, I'm a business owner, I'm a teacher, I'm a salesperson, whatever. But to talk about God or to talk about spirit or out of body experiences or near death, nobody knew about that. Nobody. There was nowhere to go. So I had to do it on my own. And I just kept
It's all
searching.
connected.
I just started searching.
Metaphysics.
Yes. Yes. I just started letting, okay, God, what do you want me to do? I was on stage playing guitar. As you see, I have a guitar. I've been playing for 60 years. And I thought, okay, I'll go back to music. And I was offered two record deals and I walked away. And I still regret it because that was my dream. But for
Hmm.
some reason, I was pushed into helping people. For some reason, the spiritual and the unknown was more important to help people than to still play my guitar and my songs. I'll get my songs out there. I still have some time, but something changed. And I don't know what it is, but I know that there's something bigger than you and me that kept giving me opportunity in my 40s, 50s, 60s, now my 70s. And I just keep showing up. And that's what your listeners need to understand. No matter how many times you get up, fall down, make money, lose money, fall in love, get out of love, have sex, don't have sex, hate your mom, love
Right.
your mom, there's always something. Life is a wheel, and there's always a spoke or two falling out, and you got to fix it. But we
It
keep
has
going.
always ups and downs. It will keep on going.
Always. It's not a straight line. You think, oh, I'm going to do this. Some people get there. They have a goal and they stick to it. Most people go like this.
Right, right.
But you'll,
That is the
but
reality, right?
yeah, but opening up spiritually let me see the universe had ideas for me that I did not. There's God's will and our will. My
Hmm.
will always got me in trouble if I did it my way. And when I let go and let it unfold, things magically changed. And
Inspiration. Sometimes God's plans bigger than your plans.
that's exactly right. And that's what people have to learn. Even though, why did I get the job? Well, maybe there's a better job. Why did she leave me? Maybe you're supposed to marry some other girl. How come I can't have kids? Well, maybe you're supposed to help people. How come I didn't get the house? Well, maybe you're going to live in a different city. Even though we think it's going to be right now,
Right,
it changes or the door shuts or, oh, I mean, how many times have I had my heart broken from the men I fell in love with? And, you know, keep going, but I will not settle. I've had proposals, but I will not settle if I'm not totally in love because I don't want to break up or divorce. So I wait. And I just know that the right person will come, even though I see people my age now, grandparents,
right,
but
right.
we all have a different calling. You're on your way up. You're 29. When I was 29, I was like, what am I supposed to do? It was 2 years after the plane crash, but I'd already then got hit by a fire truck, which took me to another level. And then at 30, I totaled a car and had the white light experience. And I was given the choice to live or die. So I was like initiated spiritually back in the 80s. Very, very different.
Such an inspiration journey,
A
Linda.
lot of trauma. Yeah. A lot of weird stuff.
No, it's very much inspiration, and your journey itself. As a healer, what's the one of the most profound transformations you have witnessed in someone's life you have
Wow.
worked with,
Wow.
Linda?
My very first healing, there was a girl named Chandra, I think. I have her audio.
Right,
Uh,
right.
she had multiple personalities. She was a schizophrenic. I
Hmm.
did not know that. I helped heal her. She called me to say that the voices were
Schizophrenia
quiet.
is something they hear voices, right?
Lots of voices, different
Hmm.
personalities going on
Right,
inside. She had a very traumatic childhood. I helped her get healed. Then her mother flew in from a different state to thank me.
right,
Her mother
right.
thanked me because no doctor, no hospital could ever help her. I had a spiritual gift to help. I have helped people that have constant headaches that no longer have headaches. I did some healing work where the depression or the grief from losing a parent or a boyfriend or a husband, I removed blocks, obstacles, negativity that's at the cellular level of our being in the liver, the kidneys, the spleen, the lungs, the brain, the ears, the penis, the vagina, the toes, whatever part of the body. I find emotion and I help people let it go. So within 7 days, there's a shift from the pain to a comfort. That's the healing.
Hmm.
I've done thousands. I can't just pinpoint one, but
Right.
the testimonies and the gratitude are on my website if people want to read it. But it's a 40-minute process, and I work all over the world with people, and I'm grateful that I can do this.